I'm named Swain, and I'm a street artist, public artist. So my background is landscape architecture, and I went to school for that at UMass Amherst, and worked at that for 8 years in Cambridge, an engineering firm. And so I sat in a cube for 8 years, design drafting, AutoCAD, which I actually enjoyed doing, and I got paid a lot of money to do it. But after 8 years, it was even great. So I decided to take a year off and be an artist to live the dream. I had this project in mind that I've been thinking about in the North End. I was going to paint 15 windows on this building. So after I did some traveling, I started that project, and in August of 2009, that project got completed, and then I was hooked. With my landscape architecture background, I do sort of fit the image to work with the surroundings, but it sometimes works magically too, where I once did this mural that I painted 2 years earlier before I installed it, and I just painted it for fun, but then got this commission for this wall, and this painting I think 2 years earlier fit perfectly, context and everything for this wall. But in most cases, I do think about what would really work with the surroundings and the size and the shape of the wall, and sort of work with maybe the surrounding architecture or the neighborhood. Hanging out 3 pieces in the next month. One of them is 67 feet long by 6 feet tall, and it's going to wrap the entire building. And then there's 2 10 by 10 photo murals. They're stock photography, but I'm painting over some of this photography, like to make it more my own. And they're guerrilla art pieces that I'm just doing for non-commissions. And I'm gonna, it's gonna be interesting because I'm just gonna put them up, and I'm gonna make them seem as official and legit as possible. And I had these glass beads for another project I wanted to do, but I never did it. So this area by the Tea Party Museum, it was a ribbed concrete. Last year I put fish tank gravel down, and I thought that would be pretty sustainable, but I didn't realize fish tank gravel fades in the sun really fast. At least in the year, it was like bright colors to do it, and it was all like really light pastels. So I'm like, well, I have these glass beads, and glass beads don't fade. And I like the idea that they could be little treasures for people too. You just put them down in this ribbed concrete, and tourists and kids and stuff are like, oh, and then they come up and they put them in their pocket and they bring them home, and all these pieces just get dispersed, and they're like little trinkets and like this fun little thing that they have. It's like gifting. Street art it's really has to do with passion, like traditional art does as well. But with traditional art, it's usually like oil on canvas, acrylic on canvas, sculpture, and it's mostly intended for galleries or museums, not some sort of wall show. Street art is pretty site specific, and I mean, you could hang a canvas onto a wall on the street, put a traditional painting out for everyone to see, and that is an option. I don't really see much of that, but usually it's street art. It's more permanent, or at least it's not just hung. It's like it's actually adhered to the wall somehow, or it's usually big enough where it's you can't just take it home. Yeah. So, and it's not really something that's, I mean, you can get paid for it to a certain extent, but that's not what it's concerned in. It's more